Hi there, Rick here. Um, there's good news in uh, gold and silver this morning. I'll just briefly go over it here. So it's June 6th, okay, Thursday. Um, so gold, I'll put my mouse pointer on it. Gold is 23.90, $2,390.10. Okay. It's approaching that 2400 mark probably for the third time now, okay? And well, I feel that it's going to break it, and that's going to be the new floor, okay, for gold. It's not going to go below 2400 anymore, okay? You have to remember, okay, it went up above it, twice already, retracted, right? And then now it's going to blow by it, and it's just going to stay above, 2400. You can see silver, okay, there was a big, contraction of it. It's up, what, $1.33 this morning, okay? That is huge, okay? That's 4.41%, okay? And, it's going to break $32 again, probably, okay? And it's not going to go below that. It's just, that's going to be the new floor, okay? Above $32, okay? Something interesting happened this morning, okay, with my cryptocurrency Bitfarm stock, okay? Just going to bring it up here. Okay, I brought it to the 5-day, 2-minute candle, okay? So it's been kind of volatile today, okay? It had a high of what? 258, then it retracted down to about, what is it? 241, okay? So that was what? About 40, about a 17-cent movement right there, okay? Um, there was some news in it the past few hours, okay? Riot, okay, that was it cryptocurrency, they're involved in cryptocurrency too, okay? um they're trying to do an acquisition, okay, a takeover of about 12% of the company, of Bitfarms, okay? Remember, okay, Bitfarms, okay, I have I'll put my mouse pointer out. I have 20 options in it, represent 2,000 shares. Okay, it's showing a profit. It's been fluctuating quite a bit. Okay, just because I believe that the information is not that accurate right now. Just because there's been a lot of volatility in the stock Bitfarms. Okay, so it's showing a profit of $200 right now. Okay. Remember too, okay, they say that, okay, when other companies try to acquire other companies related in the same industry, it's a good sign. The reason why is because you have an interest. Other companies have an interest in trying to, well, take over some of the some of the company, or the entire company even, right? That's what mergers and acquisitions are, okay? So they're trying to take over as much as 12% of the company, and they have what is it? Lots of shares of Bitfarms, okay? Because they feel that the company of Bitfarms, yeah, it's growing in the right direction. They want to be part of it. They want to take part in the profits when the stock goes up, right? Just like myself, okay? I bought, what, 20 options in Bitfarms, okay? Has a market value of what? To take control of about 2,000 shares, okay? I had to pay about 800 US dollars, okay, to take control of 2,000 shares of Bitfarm, okay? Remember, if I outright bought shares of bit farms, I would have had to have put a lot more money down, okay, to take control of 2,000 shares. I believe I would have had to have put down, let's see, just let me work it on my head for a sec here. Um, I would have had to put down $4,000, yeah, US dollars, to take control of 2,000 shares of Bitfarms when it was at $2 a share, okay? Right now, the stock price is at what? $2.50, okay? My most pointer is on it, okay? So, yeah, I wanted some exposure to cryptocurrency, right? And I know that Bitfarms, okay, they're a leader in their industry. Over the past few months, okay, they gobbled up. They taken over some smaller miners, okay, and you know they done an acquisition, okay, so they're expanding their operations, okay, and their stock, okay, I think it went down because of that, because you know, when you're spending lots of money acquiring other, you know, smaller cryptocurrency miners, um, you know, you have to, you know, spend some of your money to acquire them, right? But, you know, after that, okay, after that dip, okay, in their stock, I felt that their stock was going to shoot up again, okay, which it did. And I bought, what, 20 options in Bitfarms. Um, I just find it I've been wanting to uh, get into some sort of cryptocurrency platform, okay, and start trading cryptocurrency. But you have to remember, just well, myself following the stocks, okay, um, it just takes a bit of time too, right? It takes a lot of time as well too, right? Can't always trade, but you know, if I start looking at cryptocurrency, right, it's just going to take away some of my time to look at different stocks, right? Um, I know it is quite interesting. I watched some YouTube videos on it, right, of people trading, just saying how, yeah, they like it, right? Um, and, you know, I think that cryptocurrency is going to be the future too, okay? We're going to be using cryptocurrency alongside with, well, fiat money too, okay? It's just the changing times, okay? And, you know, I know that, okay, some governments, you know, they don't like it, right? But, you know, I don't think they can really stamp it out. Just because there's so many people around the world involved in it right now, right? And there's a lot of people who, yeah, they believing in it, right? Um, it's quite okay. Even though I'm involved, okay, in the stock market, okay, I can still get myself involved with cryptocurrency by buying the miners, right? Um, and Bitfarms being, well, one of the leading uh, companies in the industry, okay, of mining Bitcoin, right? Um, I can still be a part of cryptocurrency, right? Yeah, because you know, I hear of a lot of different stories, you know, on the internet, YouTube, right? Because this one, don't this one company, I think they bought $40 worth of Bitcoin. They sold it, but you know, it was a big mistake because had they held on to it, they would have been $180 million richer, right? Um, so, you know, sometimes nobody knows, right? Like, I mean, you know, they're just talking about, you know, that was, you know, the price of, you know, two large pizzas, right? And, you know, they just, well, they didn't know, right? Like, I mean, if you knew that it was going to be worth $180 million one day, of course they would have held on to it, right? But, you know, I think a lot of people, you know, when they got on board on Bitcoin, right, and start buying it, right, they were going out and spending it, right? I think it was more on curiosity too, just on how the cryptocurrency worked. okay? They would go into a restaurant and, use their cryptocurrency to buy a meal, right? And, I guess they just thought it was quite fascinating how the transaction would conduct, right? Um, but, my local paper, right, said that Bitcoin was a fraud. Boy, did they ever get it wrong, right? Don't believe your local paper when they report on different things, because they obviously didn't know what they were talking about, right? Because even at banks right now, okay, Bitcoin is they have a Bitcoin ETF, okay. So, even Elon Musk, okay, one of the richest men in the world, right? He invested, I think, what, $100 million into Bitcoin too, right? So, he's a smart guy. He wouldn't put money into something that he didn't research extensively and, felt that, it was worthless, right? He saw value in it. He invested $100 million in it. Yeah. And, I don't think he made the wrong move. Okay. I still think that Bitcoin has uh, a lot of room to grow. Okay. So I feel that, okay, even though that, okay, it's valued at what? I think around 62,000, 61,000 dollars, okay, US dollars, right? It still has got a lot of room to grow. Okay. Um, and yeah, I wanted some exposure to it, so I uh, was it about 5 days ago? I bought 20 options in it, representing about an $800 US investment. Okay, and it's up. It's up already. 200 US dollars, and the the stock Riot, RIOT, just in the past few hours, they're trying to do a merger acquisition, and they're trying to take control of 12% of Bitfarms. Okay, I forget how many shares it said that they own in Bitfarms, but it was a lot. Okay, and I could see that the volume. Okay, I'm talking about the past month now. Okay, it has really increased, okay, in Bitfarms. So I see that there is an interest in Bitfarms. Somebody out there sees value in the stock, and they're buying up a lot of the shares. Okay, of course, I think some of these institutions or people that are buying up shares, okay, they're dumping shares at the same time, okay, because they're also wanted to take some profits too, okay, and they're not holding on to like 2,000 shares like me. They're buying as much. I wouldn't be surprised if they're buying as much as a few 100,000 shares or even a million shares. And when it goes up 20 cents, okay, they'll dump maybe, I don't know, 50,000 shares for this particular day, right? Another $100,000 this other day, right? But they're taking profits though, remember, okay? Because the stock is, well, it's going up, right? And they sell, and then they collect the difference between what the price they bought it at and the new price that's higher, right? So it's quite smart, okay? Like, I mean, um, what they're doing, okay? Well, like, I mean, they're making money from this by scalping, right? And you know, it's a it's a good way to make money, right? Um, I always felt that people who knew how to use their computers to make money is smart, right? Because not everybody knows how to do this, right? Um, I'm sure if you asked a lot of people on the street, do you know how to make money from your computer, right? I bet you a lot of people on the street would say, no, I don't know how to do that, right? So it's a skill too, okay? And if you know how to do this, yeah, you can sometimes make a lot of money, because I've uh, you know read, was it posts right? Where some people we're saying, yeah, I made, you know, 500,000, I made a few $100,000. I made, was it over $1 million trading, right? And, you know, I'm happy for those people, right? Because, you know, you have to have some dedication, right? And, you know, you have to be somewhat smart a bit, right? To do something like that, because not everybody could do something like that, especially if, you know, if you made 500,000 or even, you know, $1 million in trading, right? You know, that's pretty good, right? You know, because, you know, you have to remember a lot of people just going out there to work, okay, for their day job, right? Um, you know, I bet you a lot of them would never, well, even make close to what these people have made in the markets using their computers to make money, right? So I just wanted to show you something about Bitfarms here. I've been following this stock for quite a long time, okay? For at least a year anyways, okay? When it was $1, okay? Back in November of 2023, okay? You see that right there? I'll put my mouse pointer on it, okay? It's showing that, okay, it was trading at about $1.01, okay? And the volume, look at it, okay? You see all the previous months, okay? The volume's quite low, okay? Around, okay, I wouldn't say that, you know, it's that low, because it's still showing about 10 million shares being traded, okay, per day. Now, look at here, okay? This is in December now, okay? Look at the volume now. It's jumped from about 10 million up to 45 million one day, okay? And even up as high as like 66 million, but it doesn't have that 10 million volume day anymore. You know, it's all around what? You know, 48 million, 22 million, um, 17 million, okay, 36 million. Today it's already at 22 million. But you no longer have these these 10 million shares traded in one day. It's at least on average, I would say, around 20 million now, okay? So, and then look how volatile the stock is, okay? You know, it shot up from $1 to about 350, then it dropped down to about 183, shot back up to 391, shot down to about 162, and then, you know, I got in at about what? Well, I bought an option in it, okay, for a strike price of $2, okay, and right now it's trading at $2.48, okay. It's showing a profit of okay, 200 US dollars, okay. But I feel that, okay, it can easily go to $16, okay, a share, okay. And with 2,000 shares, okay, that'll be a profit of about around $30,000 US dollars profit, okay, if it goes to $16 a share, okay. And if I hang on to 2,000 shares of it, okay, you know, that would be quite a nice profit, okay. But I can see it going that high, okay, because I was watching YouTube videos, okay, and okay, once when you get all the computers set up and then you start, you know, mining for Bitcoin, okay, there's very little maintenance involved in looking after all the computers that are mining for Bitcoin, okay. A lot of the times the people that are monitor the computers, okay, they can do other stuff, okay. Sometimes they play computer games, sometimes they just surf the web, right? But not like a lot of other businesses that I see out there, right? You know, they have to have somebody always doing something, okay? And you need lots of people doing something too, okay? Um, that's why I feel that, okay, mining for Bitcoin is very profitable too, okay? Seems like the people who are good at it, okay, the companies that are good at it, right? Yeah, they're making money. Sure, they're eating up a lot of power, but I'm sure the power companies don't mind that, right? Because, well, they're in the business of selling energy, right? And, you know, they're selling a lot of energy to these people that are mining Bitcoin, right? And then it also helps out the people who are trying to rent out their building, okay? Because they're able to well, to get people that are mining for Bitcoin sometimes to take an entire floor of a big warehouse, right? So, you know, these people are happy for, well, Bitcoin too, because, well, they're profiting from it as well too, right? Because you know, the people mining for Bitcoin still have to pay their rent, right? So, you know, um, the people that own this building, they're making a lot of money from it, right? And right, and the person or probably company, right, that solves it first, you know, it releases so many Bitcoin to them for their reward for solving this mathematical problem, right? But it takes a lot of energy to do, okay? And, well, you need very good graphic cards, I noticed too, because graphic cards play an important part in mining for the Bitcoin too. I heard that each one of the computers has something like, what, 7 or 8 graphics cards, right? And, you know, these are top of the line graphic cards from NVIDIA, right? So yeah, there's a lot of money involved in you know, just setting up your operation. It's, well, it's in the millions of dollars, right? So you would need some sort of security to you know, protect all those assets, right? But I'm sure Nvidia too, okay, or whoever is supplying these graphic cards to uh, you know, to these Bitcoin miners, right? They like the industry as well because it really helps out their business, right? They're able to sell a lot more graphics cards, and I wouldn't be surprised. They're giving these Bitcoin miners a deal uh, on the graphics cards too, just because, well, they buy them by the hundreds, right? Or even by the thousands, right? And just because they need that many to mine for the Bitcoin, right?